Hello everyone. In this video, you will see new AgilePoint connector for Mindee. Mindee is a powerful OCR software and API first platform that helps developer to automate applications workflow by standardizing the document processing layer through data recognition for key information using computer vision and machine learning. First, let us create access token. Let us navigate to Manage, App Builder, Global Access Token. Click Add Token, Mindee. I say next. For creation of Mindee access token, we need token name, description, and API key. To get API key, we need to navigate to mindee.com. Let us move to mindee.com. In case you are a new user, you can get started. I already have an account. I say login. I log in with Google. This is the interface of Mindee.com. To generate an API key, I need to navigate to API keys. I click on create new API key. I provide the name for the API, that is Mindee access token, and I click create API key. The API key is created. I copy it to clipboard. I move back. I have given the token name and I have pasted the API key here, and I say test connection. Connection is successful. Let's save the access token. This is about the Mindee access token creation. Let's move to app builder. Select the app Mindee demo. As part of Mindee integration, we have added 5 activities, that is expense, receipt, OCR, get custom API result, invoice OCR, invoke custom API, passport OCR. So this is the demo process that I'll be walking you through. So here I'll be uploading the expense receipt and we'll be reading the expense receipt OCR. Let us see the configuration. General configuration will have display name and description. I say next. We have to provide the source repository. I have configured it as Google Drive. I say next. Here I have made it as a dynamic file ID. For the source repository configuration, I have selected the Google Workspace and I have given the file name as file ID, which is dynamic. I say next. I have selected the access token. You can either map response to app schema or store response in a variable. I have done map response to app schema. Let us see the schema. This is the schema configuration. In case you want to proceed with store response in the variable, you can do that. Next one is invoice OCR. I open the configuration. General configuration will have display name and description. I say next. Source repository I have configured as Google Drive. I say next. Source repository configuration I have written the same. I say next. In invoice OCR configuration, you have to select the access token. I have selected the access token. Here you can save the response in app schema or in a variable. I have configured for app schema. Let us see the schema quickly. This is the app schema. You can even select as variable and you can store it. That's about invoice OCR. The next activity is passport OCR. Let us look at the configuration. General configuration, you need to provide display name and description. I say next. Source repository, I have configured it as Google Drive as in the previous stencils. I say next. I have written the same configuration as in the previous for source repository configuration as well. I say next. This is passport OCR configuration screen wherein I have to select the access token. Again, here you can save the response in app schema or in a variable. I have mapped for app schema. Let us quickly see the app schema. This is the app schema. In case you want to save it as a string, you can save it as a string and proceed. This is about passport OCR. The next activity is invoke custom API. Before that, let us understand how to create a custom API in Mindee. I go back to Mindee APIs. I move to doc.ti tab. I click on create a new API. I provide the document type train ticket and select the industry as travel and hospitality. I say next. Here you need to add the sample document that needs to be validated. I drag and drop the sample train ticket. This is the train ticket that I have added. So let us click next. Model creation is in progress. It takes couple of seconds. It has automatically extracted train ticket number, departure date, departure time, departure station, arrival station. In case you need additional field, you can add new field and provide the details. I'll keep it as it is and I say create API. The API is created. It comes to live interface wherein you can drag a sample file to see if it is working as required. I drag a document train ticket. It has extracted the data and it is showing. So this is about API creation in Mindee. Now let's move back to invoke custom API configuration. General configuration, display name and description. I say next. Source repository, I have kept it as Google Drive only. I say next. Source repository configuration, I have kept the same as in the previous. I say next. For invoke custom API configuration, you need to have access token, username, API name. So let us see how to get the username and API name. Click on the user details and click on settings. This is your username. Click on APIs. Click on any API that you want to use. Click on setting. API name will be provided here. So moving back, this is about invoke custom API configuration. The next one is get custom API result. Click on the configuration. General configuration. It has display name and description. I say next. Get custom API result configuration. It needs access token, username, API name, job ID, and response payload. Let me quickly show you how to get the response payload in Mindee. Click on documentation of the respective API. Click on response schema. Here you see JSON response example. You can copy this and you can paste it here and you can map the response. In case you want to store it in a variable, you can do it. This is about get custom API result configuration. Let us look at the runtime of this app now. Let us navigate to Work Center. I initiate a process instance. I upload an expense receipt. The file is uploaded. I submit it. The expense receipt OCR output is ready. Let's see the form. It has extracted the details. Let us quickly check the expense receipt uploaded and the data. Let me quickly check the name, street, the category is food, the supplier name is same, the supplier address is matching. So let me move to upload invoice. I drag and drop the invoice here. The file is uploaded. I submit the form. Let me refresh it. Invoice OCR output is ready. Let me see the details. It has extracted the details. This is the invoice which I had uploaded. So let us quickly verify few things. Invoice number and services. Invoice number is 14. Platinum web hosting package, quantity 1 and price is 65. Platinum web hosting package, quantity is 1 and price is 65. 2-page website design 3 and 2100. 2-page website design, quantity is 3, 2100. Mobile design 1 and 250. It has extracted the details. I say next. Upload passport. I upload a sample passport here. I say submit. The passport OCR output is ready. It has extracted all the details. This is the sample passport that I had uploaded. It has extracted the required details. Now let us move to invoke custom API. I have configured Medicare health insurance card for the demo. So I upload a Medicare health insurance card. I have provided the username and API name. I submit. Invoke custom API is successful. It is trying to get the result. the result is ready. Let's go back to work center. This is the card that I had uploaded, so it has processed the required information correctly. I click on submit. So this is about Mindee integration with AgilePoint. Thanks a lot for your time.